Well, hello, Shalom Aleichem. We have a learning now from the Chofetz Chaim Shmiras Halashon of guarding one's language, one's tongue. You should learn to speak in a nice way. So let's see what it says. One moment here. Vida and no. oOne, without and no. Klal Pashutu Be'inyan Lashon Hara. It's a very simple, well-known general rule. It's a pashut, that means it's simple. In the Indian of Lashon Hara, of not saying Lashon Hara, bad things, Shetoloi Lefi Hoish Shehu Midaber Olav, that it depends upon the person that you're talking about. In other words, you might be saying the same thing about one kind of person, a poor person, and it might be considered a big shvach, a big praise to him, and then you might be saying the same thing about a very rich person, and if you're saying about him the same thing, it could be like not such a nice thing. So we'll see. Let's see what we're talking about. So it depends upon the person that you're talking about. You might say, and you'll find she'echad omer davor echad. One person says one thing, al shnei anoshim. You say one thing on two people. V'echad hu mesaper al yedei ze shivcho, v'echad hu oveid al yedei ze al isur, over al yedei ze al isur Lashon Hara. And on the other one, you're being over on the isur of Lashon Hara. You're doing the avera of talking bad things about the person, things that you're not supposed to. Va'avor devarai. The Chofetz Chaim says he will clarify his points. Kigon im yomar al ish sha'achirim misapkin lo es mezono. If you say about a person where other people give him food, he's being supported by other people, ve'ein lo da'agas parnasa, and he does not have any worry about parnasa, about making a living. Shehu lomed li'erech gimel o daled sha'os bayom hinei. So that you say about a person that does not have any financial worries, that he learns 3 or 4 hours in a day. According to this way of thinking, of this estimation, to say that this person who does not have to worry about making a living, that he learns 4 or 5 hours a day, 3 or 4 hours a day, this can be a ganai for him. It can be like an insult to him, a great insult, because you might say that if he's being supported by other people and he does not have trouble making money, that he should learn maybe 8 hours a day. So you're saying that he's learning 3 or 4 hours a day about such a person. This can be considered an insult. For Lashon Hara mikre, so this can be for this person. This can be called Lashon Hara, saying something bad about the person. V'im yomar ze gufa, and if you say this same thing, Al Baal Bayis, and if you say this same thing about a balabayis, he's a working man, shetored b'parnasaso. He's very occupied in his work. He's very harried. It's hard for him to make a living. Hulo l'shevach gadol. You say the same thing about him, that he learns 3 or 4 hours a day, and he's a person that's very occupied in his work, and he has a hard time making ends meet. And you say about this same person that he learns 3 or 4 hours a day. So this is a very great shevach. It's a great praise. V'chein keyotze b'zeh b'shar inyanei mitzvos aseh. You can say the same thing with other positive commandments, mitzvos aseh, with other mitzvos that should be done, that are positive. Shetoloi lefi mamon ha'ish, that shetoloi, they depends according to the financial status that the person has, how much money the person has, if he's rich or poor. Kegon, for instance, one moment. Kegon lekavod Shabbos, honoring the Shabbos, honoring the Sabbath. Shem yomar al echad mibalei botim hashefalim. If you say about a poor person, one of the balabatim, that's a person, a working man, and he's poor, shvalim, that he's a poor person, shehu motzi hotzos kach v'kach al Shabbos kodesh, that he puts out, he expends a certain amount for Shabbos kodesh, for the holy Sabbath. Hulo l'shavach gadol. If you'll say about a poor person that he gives, let's say a certain amount of money, not such a great amount of money, you're saying about the person that he puts out this amount for Shabbos Kodesh, the Holy Sabbath, not such a high amount, hulo l'shavach gadol. For him, this would be a great praise, because he's a poor person. So whatever he gives, it's like a shevach. He's honoring the Shabbos. V'zeh gufa, and this same thing. Im yomar al mi shehu nechshav leish ashir. If you say the same thing about a person that is a rich person, that he gives, let's say, $40-50 for the Shabbos, for Hotzos Shabbos, for honoring the Shabbos. Eich shehu misnahi kach v'kach b'inyonei Shabbos Kodesh, that his way is to spend this amount for Shabbos Kodesh, like an gadol yechashev lo. So this can be considered to a rich person like a great, like an insult almost. That it can be, because in other words, a poor person, whatever he's giving out for Shabbos Kodesh. He's doing the best he can. But a rich person, if you say the same thing, that he expends this amount of money for Shabbos Kodesh, this can be an insult for him, a great insult for him. It's considered a great insult. And this can be like a disgrace, B'einehim, and other people, the people that you're talking about him, for Lashon Hara mikrein, it's considered Lashon Hara. So the point is that we have to, it depends upon the person that one is talking about. If the person is a poor person, and you say he spends, let's say, $25 for Shabbos Kodesh, or $35, whatever it is, so this is considered you're praising him. If you say the same thing about a rich person, then this is considered an insult. He has so much money, and that's all he's giving for the Shabbos. So in other words, one has to be sensitive to the person one is talking about also. The same thing with learning. If, let's say, the person is supported by other people, and he doesn't have any financial worries, and you say that he learns 3 or 4 hours a day. He learns Torah 3 or 4 hours a day. So it's considered an insult, because he doesn't have any financial worries, and he's learning 3 or 4 hours a day. He could be learning many more hours a day, of course. And then you say the same thing about a person that has financial hardships, and he's always busy in making a living for himself, for his family, and you say he learns 3 or 4 hours a day. This can be a very great praise to this person, because he can say he's busy all the time. He doesn't have time to learn. So he said, but still he's learning 3 or 4 hours. So to this person, it's a great praise to the same person. So you could be saying the same thing about 2 different people, and one is a praise, one is praising, and the other is one is saying Lashon Hara, God forbid, about that person. So what has to be, there are a lot of situations that one should be aware of, we should be aware of, and this is the Chofetz Chaim Shmiras Halashon, the Chofetz Chaim on guarding one's language. Okay, so thank you very much. Kol Tov. Things should be good. Shalom Al Yisrael. Shalom Al Yisrael.